Good evening. My name is Dennis Gallagher, and I am a candidate running for Councilor at Large here in the town of Bridgewater for the upcoming town election, which will be held on Saturday, April 25th, 2015. I want to take a few minutes to introduce myself to those of you who do not know me, and to reintroduce myself to those of you who do. From 2002 to 2009, I was a member of the Board of Selectmen here in the town of Bridgewater. Prior to that, I served on the Bridgewater Advisory Board from 1995 to 2002. In 2002, I ran for the Board of Selectmen simply because I saw at that time the town of Bridgewater heading into some very difficult financial times. In addition to, the school committee had presented a long-term financial and infrastructure plan to the town of Bridgewater. I felt as though that my education, my background, and my experience would help us down that path during that particular time. Those were some very difficult times here in Bridgewater. We saw all kinds of different views and points of view come forward, whether to build a new high school or not, whether to stay a region or not, and whether or not to support an override to address our underlying financial needs. We saw our state aid being cut pretty much every year for several years. But we pulled together as a town, as tough as it was, and as different opinions that came forward, we pulled together and we got through those times. Today we have a beautiful state-of-the-art high school. We have a new substation that's been open for several years now on the fire department on Plymouth Street. We have a new police station that's now almost 10 years old. It's over 10 years old. But I do see us heading into some similar financial and infrastructure needs here in the town of Bridgewater going forward. I don't think we'll ever go back to the severe financial problems that we had about 5 or 6 years ago, but I do think that we are in a much better position financially and infrastructure-wise heading into what could be some tough budget cycles ahead of us. We know we have some issues at the elementary school, which we'll need to know whether it's cost-effective to repair it or what needs to be done there. I feel as though, again, that my background will help us through these difficult times. As a young man when I was 17, I enlisted in the United States Navy. I enlisted at the age of 17, and for over 30-plus years, my entire adult life, I have been involved in some way in public service. I believe in public service, and I believe that putting your background and education forward to helping out in your community in whatever capacity is very, very important. My role and my time on the advisory board back in 1995, when I learned so much about the town, or a town, and how it operates financially, was very, very important and very, very knowledgeable for me to learn where the money goes, how it's spent, listening year after year about departments and what they need going forward in their budgets. I would suggest anybody who's interested in getting involved in town government for the first time to look and see if there's an availability on the, now it's called a finance committee, because I feel as though that is where you get your institutional knowledge of how a town really operates, how the money is spent and where it goes. Today I am a candidate for Councilor at Large, and again, like I said, I feel as though that my education and background will help us forward at least over the next 3 years. I hold a bachelor's degree in communications from Worcester State University, and I have a master's degree in public administration from Suffolk University. For the past 14 years, I've been working down at the Plymouth County Retirement Association as an administrator. I'm currently the chairman of our town's Charter Review Committee, and we have just made our presentation to the town council regarding our recommendations of how we can strengthen the charter that has now been in place for the past 5 years. So I ask for your vote on Saturday, April 25th, 2015, to allow me the privilege and the honor to continue in a different capacity as a town councilman to serve you in the town of Bridgewater. So I ask for your vote on April 25th. Thank you and good night. And if you have any questions, I do have I have a Facebook page, Dennis Gallagher, for Bridgewater Town Council. Please go to my Facebook page, read more information about me, leave me a message, and I will certainly respond to you. Thank you and have a good night.